Hello and welcomes back everyone, AnthWolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as my Jedi Knight, Valeris Roh. When we last left off, we were going in search of Dr. Gadara. We managed to triangulate his position here in the Brel sediment. Unfortunately, we were tricked by Imperial intelligence using some form of disguise technology. Watcher 1 of Imperial Intelligence has taken him away into the Tuluran Marsh, and he managed to sell out a member of the Sith Empire, a Sith assassin, who was here to slay some innocent colonists for one reason or another. It seems she was working for Darth Angral as well, which makes me think he isn't as disavowed as the Empire says he is. But we're going to be doing some side missions, starting with this heroic one. Let's see what Captain Weldar Kanik has to say.
What else can you tell me? I think I could help you. I will not leave you waiting long.
Pretty straightforward. Might as well use the heroic transport, even though it's really just around this corner. So we need to destroy the intelligence that the pirates will make use of. It's not a particularly large area. 3 power couplings. And looks like then I think we're going into this section afterwards. Okay, let us begin. I think this used to be a heroic formation as well, which is why I never really spent time doing it. There's a bonus to defeat 25 of the pirates. That's a poison gas. Thought it was poison gas. God damn, they keep on throwing explosives at me. Pirate champion. And he is a champion enemy. 11,000 health.
Stay down.
We should use Rabuk more often. He only has a 1-minute cooldown. Saberwort has a 3-minute cooldown. Yeah, Rabuk would be handy. is the... That's the third power coupling. Ah, wait a minute. Ah, where's the second one again? Ah, well, could have used that earlier, but that's fine. 20 out of 25 pirates defeated. Oh, hello. Ah, another champion. Go. Retrieve the Republic data logs. That's them over there.
There, good as new.
Ah! That's the control droid the Republic captain was talking about. Okay. We are, objective complete. Some more companion gifts, some scavenging compounds, even more companion gifts, the lockbox which gives us, ooh, two things that we might actually make use of, an earpiece which is better, and it is better than the one we've got. Okay. There is, obviously, if I look at my... here, this would be better than this one here, but it actually has the same equipped ability as this one, and I don't think they stack. Maybe they do stack, I could be wrong, but I don't think they do, so that's fine. Okay, that's the heroic done. Let's get ourselves down to Waypoint Station Dre and pick up a couple of more missions. This will be a quick moment, it's going to take a drink. go. Right. So Commander Gardet has a quest for us. Let's speak to...
Not like most Jedi. That's a compliment.
Thanks, Kira. Coniel here, an exploration mission.
What do you think, Con?
The foundation of the Taris Chemworks factory cannot be repaired. I expect total collapse within 2 weeks. Once the building falls, the stored chemicals will flood this area. They are highly toxic to humans. I am sorry.
I'll make sure there are speeders on hand, but we can't just pack up and go. Do what you can.
As always, I will pursue an alternative. Master Jedi, forgive my inattentiveness. I am honored by your presence, though I advise you not to stay long.
You were talking about evacuation. What's going on?
Many of these ruins are unstable. A nearby structure used for chemical storage is on the verge of crumbling. As I was explaining to my colleague, there is only one way to remove the chemicals before they spill. A burn-off. A well-armed demolitions team could reach the structure and incinerate the chemical stockpiles. I can provide the incendiaries. Unfortunately, no team is available.
You want to plant explosives around a building that's about to collapse?
Between the structural instability, the toxicity levels, and the incendiary chemicals, the mission does carry substantial risk. It is nonetheless urgent. You are not a demolitions team, I fully recognize this. But if you could arrange the burn-off, I would humbly welcome your aid.
Okay. Let's destroy some toxic stockpile, sure. Why not? And Agent Welkins here.
Master Jedi, please, excuse my abruptness. The Republic told me you might be able to help with a difficult situation. They say you are a most reliable operative on Taris. Have you heard anything about titroxinate being sold on the black market?
What's titroxinate?
Titroxinate was the pre-patent name for the weaponized agent we think was responsible for the Rakghoul plague. The Empire could fashion it into a terrible weapon, turning our soldiers into monsters and setting them against us.
Where's the arms dealer who's selling this stuff?
I'm more worried about his source. Trace the original titroxinate samples to an old Chemworks factory. It's overrun with Nexu. We can't get near it. If you can retrieve any canisters that remain, the Republic will see you're well rewarded for your effort.
It just so happens that we're actually heading that way. So, actually, I think it's in the same building. Yeah, the Chemworks factory. Now we have Commander Gardet here.
Master Jedi, what brings you to our small corner of Republic space? This is such a great, great honor.
Tell me what's happening.
We're having some trouble. Nothing you couldn't have predicted, but there you are. Our bases here are far from self-sufficient. We're not farmers, and there's no existing infrastructure here to work with. We're at the mercy of our supply ships. And this one's just went nose down in some of the worst territory on Taris.
Is the ship lost? Why haven't your men recovered the supplies?
Our men tried to reach the ship once, but they turned back after taking serious casualties. They said it's more than just Rakghouls, but couldn't make an ID. If you still want to go, you'll need to talk to our quartermaster at the supply shed across the base. She's got the exact coordinates of the crash.
Okay. Now, I actually thought that's who we were going to go talk to. I thought it was the Republic officer here.
And you're just going to make this all better, huh?
Usually people are happy if I come to make things better.
I'm Karen Weck, Quartermaster. Commander Gardet just called to say you're retrieving our supplies. For which, by the way, I and the rest of the troops here humbly thank you. But I don't want Commander Fatpants to think it means he gets away with this. Steal from your troops, waste Republic money bringing in silks and wine from Alderaan, and it's fine. Because some wandering Jedi will happen in to save you.
That's a serious accusation.
I said over and over that the ship needed repairs. The left stasis generator was loose, and the hyperdrive motivator was seeping fluid. But Gardet had already spent our allotted maintenance budget on himself.
Do you have any doubts about this whatsoever?
I'm telling the truth. Somehow he's juggling the numbers he sends to HQ. No commander needs a personal vehicle in an outpost this size. If you can take this holo camera out to the crash site, you could get the evidence I need to get him court-martialed.
What kind of evidence do you think I'll find?
Here, take the camera. If you take holopics of the engine, I can show that the documented lack of repairs is what caused the crash. The most important thing is the supplies, though. The crash site isn't far. When you get everything, bring it back here so I can distribute it.
Okay. So we need to gather supplies, and if we so want, we can examine the faulty engine and prove her story is in fact the truth. And she doesn't just happen to have a chip on her shoulder. And thankfully, all the missions are next to one another. Let's think, what should we do first? We probably should pop ourselves into the Chemworks factory. That tends to get quite busy if there's a lot of players here. Sometimes the toxic stockpiles, I think it is, respawn very slowly. Even slower than my monotonous voice sometimes. So we'll bypass the pirates. I don't think there's a bonus for dealing with the pirates.
There, good as new.
No? Okay. It was worth testing. Maybe it's the Jedi Consular or something that needs to come into the pirate section here for one reason or another. But let's get ourselves over to the Chemworks. I think it might be either in the Chemworks or there's another factory somewhere where you get another datacron. I can't quite recall. Ah, yes. There is a bonus for these droids, though.
There, good as new.
Here we are. We have 23 minutes left on our experience booster, which should be plenty of time to get these side missions complete.
There, good as new.
And I think, yep, there are rat ghouls here. So yeah, some of that tritoxinate, which I'm probably going to pronounce wrong eventually.
You take me to the nicest places. Don't mind me, I'll just be holding you back.
So defeat 20 rat ghouls. Okay. Come on. Oh, looks like someone else is here. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Sound like there was actually a fight going on somewhere. It's 5 out of 8. Good. Is this the way we want to go? Doesn't really matter. One more rat ghoul to deal with. That might actually get us our level. Yep.
There, good as new.
Any chemicals to burn off in here? There is. One down, 3 to go. There's another one over there. Rat ghoul mauler. One more to go. There we go. So we can go to Conyell, Agent Welkins. We just need to gather the supplies and take a few pictures of the faulty engine.
There, good as new.
So we have a new utility point to spend actually. Transcendence no longer requires or consumes centering. That's the one we were after. So it's now on a 30-second cooldown. Increases movement speed by 50% and melee and ranged defenses by 10% for 10 seconds. Awesome. I might have to make more use of that. Let's move that over here and try to remember to push that button. 30 seconds, we can use that almost every time we get into combat, and we probably should. I mean, even just for the bonus to our defenses alone. Here's the supplies. Looks like there was a gunslinger dealing with some of the stalkers, sorry, shriekers here. I think there may be a bonus to fight them. Oh, great, you're attacking me. Take a picture of the camera. Take a picture of the camera. Right, one more supply. There we are, done. Okay, back to Waypoint Station Dre. Jennifer the Jedi. Well, she's not wrong.
I can smell chemicals on you, but I also smell fire and smoke. Did you complete the burn-off? All the toxins and pollutants have been incinerated?
Without a doubt.
Nothing could please me more. Thank you. The structure will still collapse, but it shall leave no poison in its wake. Perhaps we can rebuild the area after all.
Here we are, mission complete. Happy days.
These are all the canisters I was able to recover.
Thank you. The Republic thanks you. Imagine how horrific it would be if the Ragul nightmare had spread to the rest of the galaxy. Please, take this for your service.
I'm not sure if it's mentioned. I think it's mentioned in one of the class storylines, but it's argued, or it's mentioned, that the Ragul plague was actually designed by Sith alchemy.
We don't have antibiotics. They come on the same ship as everything else.
You're supposed to keep better tabs on that sort of thing. These men have the Cillian flu. They could die if... Master Jedi, dare I hope you've made it to our ship?
No number of beasts could have kept me from aiding these men.
Your order is known for its mercy. Thank you for coming to our aid. The men came close to mutiny when I cut rations again. They knew this wasn't going to be a luxury cruise.
What do you expect? You ask your men to starve while you eat bantha steaks from off-world.
These pictures prove you knew the ship was damaged and you sent it anyway.
They're going to Republic Command, along with my documentation of every personal purchase you've made. These men left their families and risked their lives to come here. If they die, it should be for someone better than you.
I didn't know the ship was so bad. I thought if it was serious, I'd catch it on Ord Mantell.
The men on Taris deserve a better leader.
This is ridiculous. I did nothing wrong. Republic Command will never listen to you. I need to call them.
Thank you for all your help. But there may be something else, too. Normally, our 4th outpost comes here to pick up its supplies. But their convoy never arrived this month. I'm afraid something happened. They need to be found.
Just tell me where to look.
You've got to be the best friend these soldiers ever had. The route between the outposts runs along Lake Brel. Not the best planning. There's Rackles there, and a Nexus spawning ground in worse. Usually the convoy's managed by only traveling when the sun is highest. Plus lots and lots of firepower. But if they're out there too long, well, you need to find them.
Every moment we delay risks their lives. I'll leave right now.
Whatever happened to the convoy, we need to make sure Morn Outpost gets their supplies. Sonic emitters along the route usually keep off the worst of the critters. But if they're on the fritz, that convoy would have walked into a feeding frenzy. Fix the emitters and see what you can find about the convoy. When you're done, report to Commander Yajek at Morn Outpost. And thank you.
There we go. Mission complete. Hey, is that another implant? Do we actually have any implants equipped? Oh, we're missing one. There you go. Matter solved. That's a companion gift. Anything else? No, that's the rest of it's vendor food. Speaking of vendor food.
Report your ailments.
That's a companion gift as well. Okay.
You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Right. Park ourselves somewhere. Park ourselves here. That's fine. When we come back, we will be activating the sonic emitters and going in search of the missing convoy as we journey into the Tularan Marsh. Just beyond, actually, yeah, I think it is literally just beyond the entrance to the marsh here is Morn Outpost. I think it's just here. There is a selection of other side missions we can do, and we'll probably look into doing them as well. But we'll see what happened to this convoy, and we do need to enter, what's it called again? Transport Station 5 in search of Dr. Gadera and Watcher 1. I think everything concludes in that transport station anyway, but we'll see what happens. As always, this is AnthWolf playing Star Wars The Old Republic. Feel free to comment if you so wish, and I'll see you for even more in the next video. Until then though, bye bye now.